So, at Verizon, you went from a salesperson to sales leadership,
Right.
correct?
Yeah.
Um, what was that transition like? And I'm asking you kind of selfishly because I've done that over the past 2 years now.
Right.
Salesperson at the Pavement Group. I did very well within my first year or two as a salesperson. We've been growing rapidly. We now have 8, 9 people on our sales team that
Yeah.
I work alongside and oversee and make sure everything's flowing right. And there's been so much that I've learned over the past couple of years, right, in doing this. One of the biggest things that I guess I'll share with you is I've learned that when there's a problem, when I was a salesperson, let's say I was behind on numbers or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I could just outwork it.
Right.
I could just sit down, grind it out, which I did, right? If I was like, oh, I'm behind on the month, I'm just going to put in a couple extra hours,
Right.
For a few days or for a week or whatever. I'm just going to make it happen, put out more proposals. I'm going to make more phone calls, connect with more people. Really kind of this year, I'm starting to notice it as I'm in the sales leadership role. I can still do that to some extent.
Right.
But there comes a point where you can't just, as a sales leader, like I can't just outwork it anymore.
Right.
I can't just pick up the phone for the entire
for the whole
sales
team,
right?
right?
Like I need to empower them and push them and show them what's possible, right? And that's been a big change for me, and I've learned how to do that. But is there anything like that for you that from that transitionary period from a salesperson to sales leader
Yeah.
that you learned or that was like a light bulb moment or an aha moment for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think what I would say is my feedback on that is like you can't be afraid to have hard conversations with people, but like one of the approaches that I always had was, I used to coach people and say like, hey, look, I'm never going to say you've got a big nose. I'm going to say you're not doing the job. You're not meeting the expectations of the job, but I'm going to be more than helpful to try to give you guidance on how to do that. So if I see that you're lacking in something or if you're falling behind in your numbers, like we're going to have a hard conversation, but know that I'm here to support you. So if people know that you've got their back, then they're that much more willing to work for you and work, with you, and that's the thing. So I've always had a mentality where it's our team. It's not my team. I'm not your manager. I'm a partner with you as we're working to accomplish this goal. So if you go side by side with someone, you get much further. You don't get as much resistance. Then I'm telling you what to do and you need to do this. I'll let you be creative in how you do it. I'll give you some ideas, but along the way, like if I can give you coaching and guidance, like I've done it. I know how to do this job. I can sign multi-million-dollar contracts. Let me steer you in the right direction so that you can do the same thing that I learned and developed. So I think that's one thing that I've always found success in is bringing people along, and not forcing them to do work or making additional work for them. I'm doing it side by side with them, so they've got that much more buy-in as that I'm there as a partner, as opposed to me being there as cracking the whip and saying, "Hey, do this."
Sure.
If I do it and I lead by example, then they have no reason that they can't do it.